Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to me showing you my summer TBR. I have a lot of books to go through. I'm gonna try and do only my priority TBR because if you go on my Goodreads and look at all of the books that I have in my summer hopefuls list, I have 53 books. That would be great if I could read all of them, but I'm gonna go through my priority TBR with you because otherwise we would be here for hours. So, you know, I'm looking out for you. You don't want to be here for hours. But if you are wondering what are the books that I'm not gonna mention, I do always have my Goodreads linked in the description box, so go and have a look. But I wanted to start with the books that I have on my physical TBR. The first, I guess, two books, they're both part of a series or a trilogy actually. And yes, I do own the first two books. I am missing only the third book, but that series is the Good Girl Complex series. There's definitely like a name for it, I just don't know it. Avalon High, that's the name of the series. So I have Good Girl Complex, which is the first book, and I also have Bad Girl Reputation, which is the second book, and it's a bit tinier and floppy. I like that it's floppy. These are both by Elle Kennedy. I haven't read anything by Elle Kennedy. I know, shocker. I feel like everyone has read The Deal by Elle Kennedy, like the off-campus series. I have not. And also, these are young adult or maybe new adult. I bought them when I wasn't sure if I liked young adult and that I didn't know that I don't actually love it. I prefer adult books, and I have had it sitting on my physical TBR since then. The good thing is that I do have the audiobooks, at least for the first one. So I'm thinking that they would be like a good audiobook listen while I'm doing other things too. I do have these two. They're more so I'm forcing myself. They're not that much I want to, but I should, because every single time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wait until summertime. I have waited until summertime for the past 5 years, babes. I still need to read them. So I have these two. And then moving on to the books that I actually want to read, we have Something Wilder by Kristen Lauren. Now, I don't know if this one actually is a summery book, but it's giving summer, right? I think that it takes place in somewhere in Texas, and they're going into this scavenger hunt situation. So it's giving summer. I might be wrong, but it's giving summer. I do have it on my summer hopefuls, and I do think that I should read it. Let me know if it's actually a summery, because if it's not, maybe I should wait for the season that it actually takes place in. But for me, this is a summery book, so I do want to read that. I don't really know anything else about it. I think that they used to be friends and now they're not. And then the last couple of books that I have as physical copies are the summer series. Again, don't know the name. The summers. Oh, would you look at that? I was correct. It's called the summer series. Kind of proud of myself for that one, but it's from Elizabeth O'Rourke. I think I'm missing two books. I know that one of them is gonna come in the mail soon, but I have The Summer I Destroyed You, The Summer We Fell, which I think it's the first book, and then The Summer You Found Me. I don't know anything about them. I am guessing that they're summery books because they have summer in the title. The only thing I know about these is the fact that Elizabeth O'Rourke has great banter. I read the Devil series from her and I loved it. The banter was great. So I'm hoping that these ones are also going to be great and along the same lines as that one. They are very short and I'm hoping that I'm going to enjoy them. I think that they're going to be very good, easy summer books to binge and just sit and read in one sitting maybe even. Yeah, and I'm hoping that I'm really going to like them because I do want to read more from this author and see if all of her books are as good as the Devil series or like the first two books in the Devil series. So yeah, I'm very interested in them. I don't know the tropes about them. This one is Ex's best friend. That's interesting. This is, I think, Dislike to Love. I'm not sure. And then this is also ex-husband's best friend. Okay, we have a theme of ex's best friend. Okay, keep it in the friend group. Sure, why not? I feel like I'm gonna like it. So those are all the books that I have the physical copies of them. And then we're gonna go into the books that I don't actually own the physical copies of them. So I have Bound to You by, okay, I'm gonna butcher that, Brady Charles. This is the first book in the Ruby Cove series, and essentially we have Beckett and she goes to this like vacation, I think with like her best friend or something. Yeah, her best friend, but their car breaks down and essentially, and our male main character, I don't know his name, comes and saves them. He's like going back to his house and he sees them and he's like, okay, I'm gonna help them. So that screams summer to me. And then I have Carly Fortune. I know that Carly Fortune has a lot of books, right? She has 4 books out and I have been hearing great things about One Golden Summer, but I do know that in order to get the full experience you should probably read This Summer Will Be Different first. I haven't read anything from this author and I really want to give her a chance because I have heard great things about it, but I don't know which one I should pick up. If you have read every single one of the books, please let me know. I know for sure that I want to one golden summer after the summer will be different, but I don't know between every summer after the summer will be different and meet me at the lake which one I should choose. So if you have read all three of them, let me know because I definitely want to try it. I think that it's like a fairly popular author, but I haven't read anything from her. Always picking up a new author is kind of intimidating, and because she's a popular author, I feel like I have also heard some mixed things. So let me know about that. I definitely want to pick up at least one of her books. Then I also want to pick up That Summer Feeling by Bridget Morrissey. I haven't read anything from this author, but essentially our female main character, she's divorced and she attends a sleepaway camp for adults only, and she ends up reconnecting with a guy from her past. But here's the interesting part, she ends up falling for his sister, and I love that. I feel like that sounds so fun. It sounds a tiny bit like dramatic, and I'm here for it. And also it's a sapphic romance. I love a sapphic romance, and the cover, it's gorgeous. This author has beautiful covers. Another book that I want to read is Do I Know You by Emily Weberly and Austin Sigmund Broca. This is essentially a marriage in turmoil kind of book, and I haven't read that many with that trope, but the ones that I have read, I did enjoy it. I think that it's kind of like a second chance romance that I can actually understand and that I can actually get behind. And this is about a married couple, I think, that goes to this vacation and they're like, this is our last chance to help our marriage, to fix everything, I guess. And they end up deciding to act like strangers, and you see them kind of falling in love again. And I think that that sounds very interesting and very different. I haven't read anything like it, and I'm hoping that it's going to be kind of interesting and not weird, because obviously they already know each other. Also, I just wanted to say that if I'm making any mistakes about the plots of these books, I'm sorry, but I haven't read them, so you cannot expect me to know everything about them. Another book that I want to read, which is a new release, it's Slow Burn Summer by Josie Silver, and this is about books. That's why I want to read it, and it takes place in summer, obviously. A talent agent hires an actress to play the part of novelist on a book tour for his agency's publicity side client. Oh, so essentially she's hired as an actor to act like the author, even though she's not the author, spending time together in this tour. But I don't know, it's just, I read the plot and it sounded so interesting, and it's also about books, so love that. Another book that I want to read is Couples Retreat by Lorraine Brown. This is also about books. This is about two authors, and the reason why I want to read it is because I have read one more book from this author, which was called Sorry I Missed You, and I want to try it. I want to try the writing again. I didn't hate that book, but I'm still kind of like, I don't know exactly how I feel about it, and I do want to try this one. It's a summary book about authors who used to work together, but now they work alone and they're in separate agencies, I guess, but their agents is like, oh, we're going to drop you if you don't come out with a book. So they decide to work together in order to write a book. The only thing about doing like TBR videos is the fact that I don't know if I'm saying stupid things. Another book that I want to read is Baby Moon or Bust by Ava Hunter. This is kind of like a weird synopsis of a book, I guess, kind of like a weird plot. Essentially, we have a female main character and she goes on vacation on her baby moon, I guess. She's pregnant, obviously, and there she meets a guy. So she's already pregnant. So I'm curious to see how that will go. I feel like I haven't read anything where the female main character is already pregnant. I have read about accidental pregnancy, but I haven't read anything. Oh, actually, I have read one and I didn't love it. I'm hoping that I'm gonna like this one. So we have that. And then moving on to another author that I really want to read at least one of their books. That is Emily Henry. I own two books. I own Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacation. And I have been avoiding this author because I know that it's a very hyped author, and a lot of more people say that it's more so literary fiction and not so much romance. And I'm scared about that because I'm so used to reading romance. So I'm scared that I'm not gonna like it. This is another author that I would love your opinion about, which is the first book that I should go into. People would probably recommend either Beach Read or People We Met on Vacation, or maybe even Book Lovers. And again, I do want to read all of them. I don't know if I'm gonna like Great Big Beautiful Life because I have some mixed reviews about it. Yeah, I do want to read all of them. I want to know how I feel about this author. And again, I do own Book Lovers and People We Meet on Vacations. So let me know which book I should pick up first because I'm curious. I have seen people having so many like amazing reactions to this author's writing, and I do want to have that feeling, but I'm scared that I'm not gonna like it. So that's that. The next book is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. I have read Red, White and Royal Blue by this author and I've really loved it, and I'm hoping that I'm really gonna like this one, and it takes place in summertime. We have our two main characters. They used to be together, they used to be in a relationship, and while they were together, I think like they booked this vacation, this tour of Europe, I think, but they broke up and they still end up going to this tour, but separately, I guess. And they kind of have like a bet on who is going to sleep with the most people. It sounds dumb, I know, but it sounds fun too, and I love Casey McQuiston's writing. And this is also like a queer book, which is definitely something that I want to read even more about. And I'm definitely always in the lookout for more queer books. Another book that I have is Bridesmaid Undercover by Megan Queen. I have read the first book in this series, which is Bridesmaid for Hire, and I really enjoyed it. It was very easy and fun rom-com, and I want to read this one. It came out last year, actually. Yeah, it came out last year, and the third book, which is the final book, I'm pretty sure, also came out this year. So I do want to read both of them essentially, but I definitely want to read the second one first. They're so fun, and I do think that I'm gonna like the second and the third book even more than the first one, so I definitely want to pick them up and see if that's actually gonna be the case. The next book is Broken French by Natasha Boyd. This was very popular a couple of years ago. I think that this is like a nanny and single dad romance, and essentially they're going into the French Riviera and they end up living together. It sounded so fun, and I really want to pick it up. And also the cover is so summery. What else do you want? And then we have Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. This one is about a wedding, and it's kind of like a friends with benefit kind of situation, strangers with benefits, I guess. And it's only for a week, right? For the week that they're going to be on this vacation place for the wedding. And it's between, I think, the bride's sister and the best man. And there's something about weddings, again, I feel like I've already said this, but there's something about weddings that just feel so summery, especially when they're taking place in a summery setting. So we have that. Then we have My Best Friend's Honeymoon by Meryl Wilsner. This is a queer romance again. We have two friends, and one of them is about to get married, but the marriage falls through. So she's like, okay, you're my best friend. Let's go together to the honeymoon and spend it together, just like a French trip, right? It's forced proximity. They're living together essentially. So apparently they end up liking each other. I have read another book from this author, which was called, I don't remember the name of it. I'm gonna pop it on the screen. I did enjoy that book, but that book was very easy, very fun. It was more so on the physical aspect of it. I'm hoping that this one is not also gonna be on that aspect, but yeah, it sounds really fun. Again, honeymoons, weddings, they scream summer to me. Another book that I have is Malibu Summer by Libby Gill. This one, I didn't know anything about it. I think I saw it on Instagram one day, and I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. I would just like to say, look at the cover and tell me that this one doesn't scream summer to you. It takes place in Malibu. That also screams summer to me. It's about this woman, and she goes to this villa to be the gardener, and I don't know who she falls in love with, actually. Let me look it up. Wait. This is a single dad. Essentially, he doesn't like her, and he wants to get her fired, but he cannot do that because his son has taken a liking of her, like not in a romantic way, but you know, he's a fan of her as a person, so he cannot fire her. I knew that I had a reason for picking it. Yeah, that sounds incredible. Then we have An Unexpected Paradise by Chelsea Curto. I don't know what this is about. Zero clues. I have read a bunch of Chelsea Curto books. I really enjoy the writing. They're very easy to read. This one, I want to say that it's one of her older ones, like her first books, but it's a summary book and I want to read it. And the only reason why it's because it's from this author, and that's just it. What I think is the last book is Second Chance Vacation by Nicole Ryan. This one, it's essentially they used to be together. It's like, so they're exes and they end up having to leave together to go to this house. Yeah, essentially their friends organize like a trip. Something with like a booking error leaves them sharing close quarters. So I guess they're living together in the same room. So it's forced proximity and it's like exes. And again, I really like it when they're exes. And I think that's gonna be, it sounds messy and sounds interesting at the same time. And that's all that I want. So yeah, those are all the books. I think that I had close to 20 books. I'm not fully sure, but yeah, those I would say are my priority TBR and the books that I will actively try to read this summer. And like I said, there are a lot more books that I want to read. There are a lot more new releases that I will probably end up reading. But for now, those are like at the top of my brain. Let me know your summer TBR, and also let me know if I should add anything, any like fun releases that I should really add to this TBR, or even any books that are perfect for summer. I'm always looking for those, even though I don't like summer. Fun fact about me, I hate summer. I do love a summer book. I truly believe that it's the only thing that can make summer bearable for me. Reading a book always helps with me dealing with summer. So yeah, that's all I had to say. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good.